Anyway, let's move on to the next item on the docket here. This is the official gameplay showcase trailer for Diablo 4. Now, I've never played Diablo, but I know of it. I've seen a bunch of stuff about this before. I think we've actually covered something from this game several months ago on this show, on this trailer reaction show previously. Let's take a look. Here's Diablo 4. I love how it said likely mature, 17 plus. That's priceless. Everything you see was captured on Series X.
Diablo 4 is the next generation of action RPG, melding monster slaying and loot collecting with a fully realized open world.
It's not for the faint of heart. It's gory and unnerving. It's creepy.
Diablo 4 is all about player choice.
A couple of those character designs look like Destiny Guardians.
Of the Diablo game and just expands them with all the new features that people really love and appreciate in modern games.
Oh, horseback.
Whoever you see yourself being, you can create in Diablo 4.
It's important to include robust character customization because then I can play the fantasy that I want to play.
Okay. I'll do my golf clap for this. Okay.
It allows you to switch around your playstyle as well.
Now, see, my question is, will the cutscenes reflect your character customization choices? Because that's what we have in Destiny.
One of the really cool things about having an open world is your journey that you take throughout Diablo 4 is your own. There's no linear path that you have to follow.
We've got almost 150 dungeons in the game.
There's all kinds of surprises as you're exploring.
Now, I hear them saying no linear path, but at some point there's going to be an invisible wall. There's going to be something.
You might have a space that begins as a hostile area, but after you've cleared it out,
the evil in this place has been cleansed.
It now becomes a friendly town.
Like, unless they're saying that all of the open world areas are infinitely procedurally generated, I don't know how they can keep this promise.
And you have a real impact on the world as a result.
No, you can't leave us here. They might come back any moment.
Local events are really cool little story segments that happen within the open world.
You'll just be running through the world.
Public events from Destiny.
Event will pop up and you can choose to participate in it or get
Public
groups
events
together and just wail on these like giant world bosses.
These are events that
I think I need to play less Destiny. Everything I see is being compared to it now.
Being able to see all the players on your screen, collaborating, trying to take this big monster down, it's epic.
That does look epic, though. I will say that. I'll give them that.
It's so easy to create a community. It makes Diablo more of a social experience.
We've got fully enabled crossplay.
If you have an Xbox and your buddy has a PC, you're going to be able to group up.
Or you could play couch co-op. Two people on a couch can sit there and have a great experience.
Now,
we've created specific zones where players can engage in PvP.
If you go there, you can start swinging away at people. But you're also opening yourself up to being swung at.
If you're like really, really good, the game actually marks you as like a champion on the map. You basically become a loot player, and everyone
what was that rolling
down.
carpet thing a minute ago? What was that?
The last story mission is really the beginning of a whole different part of the journey.
Now you're set up for the end game, and that end game is rich with things to do that allow you to get more and more powerful.
Whether it's new items or new dungeons or new Paragon boards, every single time you come back to play Diablo 4, there's going to be new stuff for you to experience.
And it's something that we're going to support for
Elder
years
Scrolls
to come.
is what this reminds me of now. Character customization
I'm really
trees.
Excited for folks to get their hands on Diablo 4.
Just to see millions of people really enjoying the different options.
Through the campaign,
local events,
couch co-op,
endgame,
PvP, it almost doesn't end.
And we are so close.
Oops, sorry, hang on. I can't get these little things out of the way on the screen. Alright. Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I can't get rid of these little like icons there, but whatever. So there's your logo for Diablo 4. The release year looks like it's clearly 2023 here. It doesn't say when specifically. We have comments here. This is Philip again. As long as it isn't microtransactions like Immortal. Hey, no argument here, man. Like that is like let's just put positive vibes out to the universe that they're not going to completely go overboard with like horse armor. Here's another comment. Diablo Casino Royale bad LMFO. Casino Royale, I'm not sure what you're referring to with that. That one's flying a little bit over my head right now, I'll be honest. But let me go ahead and say one thing really quickly. Earlier they mentioned crossplay. That sort of struck me a little bit off guard with this, if I'm being honest, because they're basically making a game that, like Starfield, at a technological level, basically requires it basically requires current hardware, or well, what is now current hardware. It basically requires a Series X console. Everything we just saw in that trailer was captured on a Series X Xbox. So if you're doing crossplay between that console and PC, to what degree are they going to have to sort of leave out Game Pass customers? Because like there are a lot of Game Pass customers, including myself, full disclosure, who only have a One X, okay, and or only have a phone or a tablet or browser or whatever. Basically, it's not actually like installed as an actual standalone thing on PC. The games that they have on PC might only really be accessible if they have a Game Pass license. So do they have a thing set up where the cloud infrastructure will actually detect that they're running the game off of a PC and it's just going to work flawlessly like it normally does if they happen to be using like the browser on PC to play Diablo 4? Or like, are they going to have a thing where hypothetically, there's that, but then if you try to activate this game on a mobile platform, or something like that, you have the credentials to play it, but it sort of detects that this device can't really handle it. Your connection can, but your device might not necessarily be able to stream it quite right. I know that's not ultimately how game streaming technology works. I know, don't come at me with that later, but I'm just trying to make the point of, if you're making a cross-platform current gen game to where still semi-current hardware is being deliberately excluded, to what degree is the rest of your customer base affected by this that doesn't have the latest hardware, that still doesn't have a Series X console? There are larger conversations to be had here about the nature of platform exclusivity, but anyway, that might be another conversation for another show.